Hello folks, I'm back again, and today I'm going to sort of unbox, because I've already unboxed this and looked at it, of course, and had some time to play with. This is Peach Festival. We're going to learn this game today, and you can play along. So what's great about roll and write games, a lot of them, is while you're learning them, you can watch a video like this and actually take my dice rolls, mark up your sheet, and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing along the way, and then you can see if you can beat my score. Word is on the street is that is very easy. But I'll happily show you how bad my strategy is as we play along, and I'll show you what the basic core rules are so you can dominate this game. Now, I got this with Tang Garden, and it was an extra thing that they sort of threw into the Pledge Manager. I've seen about zero about it. I don't think there's a how to play yet, which is partly why I'm making this video. The very few times I find a game that doesn't have a how to play, I try to jump in there and make one, so I'm the one that did it. Okay, so let's pull this out of the box. And let me show you what all's included in Peach Festival. So you got some pencils. You got some dice. You've got these cards. If I remember correctly, these are orders that people are making that they would like you to achieve. We have a rule book. In fact, there are several language rule books. I don't know if I tossed them out already. It makes it a lot easier to store all this stuff, especially if you got the extra Tang Garden stuff we'll show in a second. If you go ahead and toss all the extra languages. So this came with a whole bunch of languages of rules. They're pretty wordy, but it's not hard. It's not a hard game to play or understand. So I'll do my best to make this a little easier. One note in the back here for these request cards, they're not orders, they're request cards. There is a glossary. We'll be referring to that throughout the game. These dice are referred to as commodity dice. We'll be going through this rule book a little bit as I teach the game, so we'll put that aside for a second. Here is the last score, and then here is my wife's score. So she beat me 342 to 231 on the opening game. You have a whole pad of score pads. There's no digital one that I know of yet, but this is a pretty nice and thick score pad, so you'll have a lot of them. Are these the other languages? No, this is the rules for the... so something else came with this. This thing and this. Oh, here's the other languages. And I literally saved these just for this video. They will all fit in the box if you want to just put it in the bottom of the box. If you're a completionist and you need to have everything, then you could do that. This here, this other score pad, this is to play with Tang Garden. So you can take these dice and this pad and play another little expansion that goes with Tang Garden. So you could store this with the Tang Garden set. You could store this pad, but it does fit in here too if you want. Because I gotta say, this game won't be much without the dice. So unless you get like a second set of commodity dice, there's no use in just storing that thing away on its own. And here's a sheet. Here's an extra sheet. So one thing of note, it's got a nice little decorative box here that you can use as a dice tray. We'll be using something else for the video, but just so you know, it's got a nice little dice tray built into it. And I think for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these other languages upside down here. I'll stick that on top to denote the bottom. This other rule book covers how to use this stuff with Tang Garden. So I'm going to put this down, put that on top. The rest of this we're going to use, so I'm going to push this box aside. I'm going to open up these customer cards, or these request cards, as it were. I haven't sleeved them. Now, I don't know if I did sleeve these, if they would, if everything still fit real nice. But if they don't, then I could always take those other languages out. So here's what the request cards look like. So these are going to come out. There's some community ones, and there'll be personal ones, and they'll come out throughout the game. So they have an immediate effect. So they're going if you start the game with one of these up, you get to check these boxes off, or you get to do something with these boxes. I think you get to put a 0 in and make them shorter. I have to look again. If at the end of the game you've done what it says to do here, then you'll get some points for it. And that's sort of the way these request cards work. This is during setup. This is after the game, and the bottom part here is for a solo game. I'm going to probably play a solo game today. Boy, and these are just not intuitive. I've only played this a couple of times, so I'm not super familiar with all these, but like I said, there is a reference. So there's a number. It's really barely perceivable. But there's a number right here in the corner, and you can compare that number to the reference in this rule book. Yeah, but here's a quick look at all the art, which is great. That's really cool looking at. Haha, the Monkey King. All right. Really cool stuff. And I believe this is be like have the biggest number in these commodities is what that most likely means. But we'll take a look at that in a second. I'm going to shuffle these up real quick. And we'll pull out our commodity dice. So I've got another angle here that we'll be doing most of this with. I've got this on a little hard surface so that I should just pull out that sheet. I've got this on a hard surface because this neoprene kind of stinks to write on. Let me grab myself a pencil out of here. So pretty much all of the game for you will be, as an individual player, will be here on this board, this little piece of paper here. Go ahead and write your name in the corner. All right, so the setup for this is pretty simple. You're going to give yourself 2 cards. You're going to deal 2 cards to the table. So it's going to be these 2. You're going to look at your 2 cards, and you're going to pick one of these. I'll just pick this one. And you keep it face up, and this one, I think, goes back into the stack to the bottom. So at the end of these are community cards. So if any of you at home playing this get these achievements, you'll get to get the bonuses for them. Okay, so this one means to have the highest number written in any of these squares. That's pretty easy to understand. There's actually, down below, there's the solo version of this, and that is to score at least 120 points from all commodity columns. Okay. Have the most combined silk and Chinaware skills filled in with any numbers. All right. And then for solo, I have to have at least 12 filled in from both of those columns. So the great thing about this game is the solo mode plays exactly like the regular multiplayer mode. There are a couple of differences, and here they are. One, on solo mode, you're using this column on the side. That's what this is for. And what it's got kind of a hard, a medium, and an easy level to start at. And what you do is just every turn you mark out one of these things along the side, and that is your counter. So you've got till here to finish all this up or do as good as you can right here. If you're playing multiplayer, the first person that gets all the way to the bottom of 5 of these columns will be the winner. This column right here will be what you tally the score. So this will be the sum of all the numbers that you've written in along each column. So if you look right next to that first column, you're going to see all these little numbers in orange on each of the different corresponding rows. So whatever row you get to, you're going to multiply that number by that number to the left. So for example, if you got 1 past the Lantern Festival, it'd be a ×4 on that particular row. You're going to use that multiplier when you put the number in at the very bottom, and that'll be your final score for that column. This space over here is going to be the sum of everything that you go across here times 4. This column here, of course, is times 1, like a sum of all the stuff from all the columns. This will be how many of these request cards you were able to fulfill. That number will go there, and it's a times 10. Right here will be, so if you at any point are able to write a 3 on any of these boxes, you'll get to do two things, or one of these two things. One, you'll be able to discard peaches, so we're going to be scratching out these peaches here. You can scratch out up to 3 peaches and draw that many request cards and look and see if there's another one that you'd like to add in for your goal. The other thing you can do is you can scratch off one of these, and there's 3 of these guys. The first one's got 1 peach, the second guy's got 2 peaches, and the third one's got 3. You'll be able to mark out one of these and add that many peaches back into your little peach pool over here. I'll explain what these do in just a second. But if you, however many of those you've got marked out, you get times 2 towards your score. Right here is however many peaches you have left. So at the end of the game, any of these peaches that you still have and that aren't marked out will be able to add it to your score times 1. And then this is the total of all these circles. And that's how you get your end of the game points. So things really get tiny from here. In fact, I might even refer to to my monitor and stuff once in a while to actually see stuff. That is, if I have one complaint about this, all these little symbols and stuff are just way too small. Way too small for me to see anyway. So here are the peaches in the game. This is your peach area. You start off with 2. As you acquire more, you're just going to fill these in. And then as you use them, you're going to cross them off. What do you use them for? Well, you can cross off one of these and increase the size of any commodity. So you can increase the roll you get on one of these things. This one here will let you select a second commodity to use. So it'll let you kind of write 2 things down instead of 1 thing. And this will let you change the type of commodity that you rolled without changing the number. For instance, if you've got 2 tea leaves, you can change that to 2 gold by crossing off a peach. These are all really handy, and they're going to be key to you accomplishing your goals. Also note that as you get to the end of one of these rows, you get a reward. This one's the best one. It's got like a little cube with an asterisk. That'll let you write any number you want down on any of these. And this one has a 2. This will let you write it in a 2 if you need to put a 2 someplace. We'll explain why that's important in a minute. And then here's another one where you can write any number you want. So you get some advantages as you fill in the peaches at the end of these rows. These are little details that I miss actually on my first game of this. So there is one important concept to this game. In fact, they call it the golden rule. And that is these 2 things. 1, the first number in any of these columns must be a 0. Not a 1 or 2 or anything. It's got to be a 0. So you kind of have to write in something that wasn't rolled in order to do that, to get your column started. Is that the next number must be exactly 1 higher than the last number placed. So 0, 1, 2, etc. Something that hung up me and Holly when we were playing this as a test round is that this second number can be the same number. So if you could go 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then if you get a 2, go ahead and mark a 2 or something like that. But it just has to be exactly 1 higher or the same as the last number. All right, so if you're playing at home, you could either take one of these market cards or take your own market cards, shuffle them up, deal yourself 2 of them, pick one of them, and then reference this top corner here. For me, it's whatever this is. Actually not sure what that is in gold. But you're going to take that item and you're going to write a 0 in those spots. And that will kind of get you started. So now the next spot, you could write a 1 and so on. All these other ones, though, you'll have to wait until it's not rolled. Also, what this is to have the most of this commodity here. This is my personal fulfillment. And for the solo game, like I'm playing now, in fact, let's choose. I'm going to play it on medium, which probably means I'll play really bad, but maybe it won't take so long. And my goal will be to have all of these filled out. So I need to have all of this particular one filled out. So I'm going to set that aside. One last thing to go over before we get into this is all these little things here on the side. They're actually pretty hard to see. I had a harder time seeing these than sort of the other things. Every time you write a number in a space like this, you're going to get a peach. If this number and this number are the same, then you get 2 peaches right here. That's the same right here. You want to get to a good number here because it's going to be multiplied. Oh, I forgot that there's multipliers down here too. But all of these numbers will be added in to make this right here. So this is going to be one of your scores, this early line right here. Writing something in here will let you put a 2 in someplace that you need a 2. Writing something in here will let you fill in the next number at on this column here. This is a peach. This will let you write the next number in your little T column here. This will let you put a 1 in someplace where you need a 1. This is another peach. This will let you re-roll one of the commodity dice and write any number that you want on that particular column for whatever it rolls up. There's another one of those right here, and of course these are peaches. I also, as a solo mode, I'm going to have very similar things along the side, although not quite as many. There's write a 1 in some place, there's a peach, there's to write a 2 in some place, and here's to write a 0 in some place. And that's it. That is most of the rules to this. And we can start playing now. Anything that's not 100% clear, if I lost you somewhere in my explanation, should be made up pretty quickly by watching this. And you don't have to watch it all. You can skip to the end if you want, or you can play along. Like I said, if you're playing along, either take one of these 2 cards or draw your own cards if you got one of these. Okay, and here's our dice angle. Here's our commodity dice. All the symbols on here will match what you see on the top of these columns. I put up here my card. This is the goals that I'm trying to achieve. It would be open knowledge if we were playing together. And these are the community cards right here. Okay, got my pencil, and I'm ready to rock. So one person is going to roll the commodity dice. Hopefully they have better aim than me. And then you're going to observe the results. Now, with this, you would be able to write a 2 if you were eligible in that column, or a 2 if you had an eligible column with that column, or a 1 in this column. So because I already have a 0 right here, I could go ahead and give myself a 1. The other options I have here are to go ahead and get these other ones started off with zeros or anything. So this one had a 2. I couldn't put a 0 there. And this one, I can't put a 0 there. But this one and this one, I could go ahead and mark this as a 0 and get these things going. I think I'm going to take the 0 right here. And because of this turn, I get to get a peach. Now I'm on the next turn. And just to be clear, I marked this 0 because it's a little bit further up than these others. So it's a little harder to get these columns going. I actually had a lot of trouble getting these things filled out last time I played. So I took the opportunity to take a 0 right there. And then we're rolling again for the next turn. That's how quick it goes. Everybody's taking their turns or writing their stuff in simultaneously. You just kind of roll it, wait for everybody to make a decision, and then you move on to the next thing. All right, so now we've got a 1 here, potentially. A 1 here, potentially. That's pretty nice. Can't do anything with this one because there's no 0 there. or this one, because we're not up to 2 yet. We're just up to 1. All right. So I think I'm going to take my 1 right here. Get my gold going. And you do what you want to do with those. Feel free to click pause if you need to think about it some more. And then we'll just keep going, though. I need to remember to keep marking stuff off. All right, now this one on here will let me put a 0 someplace. So let's go ahead and get a 0 going on here, since this column is going to be important to me with my final goal here. And let's see what we got to work with. We got a 1. I could put another 1 down if I wanted to. We're not at 0 yet for this or this, so I can't use them. Oh, there is a 1 on these right here, and that is something I care about, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 down and get that one going. You guys, you could put a 1 down on this if you had a 0 up here already, like I did earlier. If I had done that, I could have got a peach. I'll get that later. I'll get it later. All right, so I'm going to mark this out on the next round here. We'll just kind of keep this going. Not sure if I just flip that over or not. Okay. All right, so I could put another 1 down, but I don't want to do that. That's a money spot. That's a money spot right there. I wish there hadn't been one of those, because I'd really love to get those things going. Oh, but you know what there isn't? One of these. I don't see one of those anywhere. So I'm going to put my 0 right here. Get that column going. Then I'm going to mark my sheet. This is the hardest thing to remember playing solo. It's marking up your sheet. So you don't take too many turns. All right. It's all going down through here. Let's see what we got here. Not up to that yet. I could be burning peaches too to do things. I kind of forget that sometimes. But I've always been able to use, I haven't been desperate yet for a particular number. Can't do anything with that. I could do another 1, but I don't want to. In fact, maybe that's a good one to do. I'm going to burn 1 peach, and I'm going to use this one here, and I'm going to make this a 2. So now there's 2 of those. That doesn't affect anybody else. It's just me. And I can write a 2 in right there. All right, and with that, we'll go again. All right, kind of hoping for a 1 right there, but that's fine. That's fine. There's the 2 I just used. Oh, I do need a 1 in here, so let's write that in. I'm going to mark off my turn. All right, here we go again. Pull these over. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got a 2 in here, which we needed. So let's go ahead and put that in. 2. Now I won't get this reward unless this is a 2 over here. So I need to work on my vases. Ooh, 3. See, so multiple numbers are pretty rare. Usually you're going to get these from crossing off peaches and stuff like that. So I'm going to take that 3 and go ahead and put it on. Oh, and it's on a peach spot. So I can add another peach to my basket. You do that just by scribbling it in to denote that you've achieved that. And that was a quick one. Oh, this is going to let me put a 1 in any column that I want, and I want this one. That's going to give me a peach. I mark these out just to make sure I remember that I've done it. There's my peach. Okay, and my roll for this turn. Ooh, 3 gold. My goodness. I've also got an opportunity to write a 1 in here, so I'm going to take that. Because that one's already up to 3. Okay. We go again. Really, really quick turns in this. In fact, I'm probably going to speed up just a little bit now that you guys more than likely have the hang of it. So, let's see. Oh, we've got a 1 gold. Got a 1 on here. Okay. I don't need any of those. I think I'm going to burn another peach and make this into a 2. Because there's 2 2s there, I'm going to get 2 more peaches. So I'm going to fill those in. Now I'm only 1 peach away from getting this reward, which is going to let me not be able to write any number I want on here. Really, I got a 0 that I need to fill in right here too. So that would be nice. Oh, need to mark my turn. Okay. Here's 2 of these, which I have already. There's 1 of these. 1 of these. I don't have a 0 yet. 1 of these. Okay, so now I'm at a point where I can't do much with this. I think I'm going to burn another peach. Yeah, I'm going to burn another peach. And I'm going to take this value and make it 2. So there's 2 of these. I'm going to put that in right there. Oh, then we're going to roll again, perhaps. Going to mark my turn. Boy, it's getting... It's clock's ticking for me. I really got to have all these if I want to at least score that thing, right? So, what do I got here? Got 1 gold. Doesn't help me much. Doesn't help me much. 1 in here. No. 1 in here. No. And 1 porcelain. So I could burn a peach and make this 1 porcelain into a 3, which I'll do. Oh, wait, I can't do that. That would be a 2. That would be a 2 porcelain. All right. Oh, that's actually really bad. I can't do anything with this. I don't think I can do anything with this. Oh, wait. Okay. So I didn't do this one. I'll circle that. What you don't see here are any of those. So I can get this started. So here's my 0 finally for the leaf. All right. So let's mark on my next turn. And roll again. Okay. So we got 3 of these. That's always good. And difficult to achieve. So let's go ahead and take that. All right. All right. So we got kind of a 1 everything again. 1 of everything except what I need. The only thing I really need a 1 for is right here. I could use 2 golds. So here I'm going to mark off this peach that I tried to mark off earlier. I'm going to make that into 2 golds. I'm going to put that right here. That's going to give me 2 peaches. So here's 1 peach. I mean, I can write whatever number I want right there, and there's my other peach. So I'm going to take this reward. I'll mark it off to say I did it. And I'm going to write in any number I want in here. And that's going to be right here because I've got this goal that I know about. There's a goal here, too, that kind of coincides with that. And even this one for the highest number on a single space. So I'm going to put a 4 right here. Oh, you know what? I messed up. So twice I had, I've rolled 3s. This was an easy one to forget. So when you roll a 3, you can discard some peaches to draw up more of these cards, or you can start marking these off to give you more peaches. So to retroactively fix this, which is really easy to do, I'm just going to take these selections down here. So for this 3 and this 3 that I rolled, I'm going to mark off this guy and this guy. That's going to give me 1, 2, 3 peaches. 1, 2, 3 peaches. All right. And marking off my next turn, which is going to give me another peach. Okay. And here we go again. Things get a little stuck. Get a little sticky. Peaches get sticky. They do. All right, so now we got 2 of these, which is neat. That's compelling. We got 2 of these. And 1 leaf. Oh, we do need a 1 right here. So I'm going to write a 1 in. That's going to give me 2 peaches. And this passing this threshold is going to let me put a 2 in wherever I want, and it just so happens I got a spot for a 2 right there. Okay. Marking off the next turn. I don't have many turns, y'all. Like, I've got to get all the way to the bottom. I got to roll 5 of these things somehow, or make it into 5 of these somehow to get this. Ooh. Oh boy, that's a tough one. My biggest number is this. Guess I could increase that. I wish I could increase both of them. I'm not sure on this one. This might be a walk. This might be my first, like, can't do anything with it. The most I could do is turn this into a 2, which wouldn't be good enough. Or I could turn this into a 2 of something else, which I don't need. I've got my 2s. So that is a walk for me. That is a shame. Probably not going to win like that. Okay, and right here we've got... Man, this is just about the same roll. A lot of diversity in this roll, unfortunately. No way that's getting to a 3 or anything. Oh, having a lot of trouble here. A lot of trouble on this one. There's no way. Unless I roll 2 5s in a row. I'm not going to get this one. Oh my gosh. Is that really it? Okay. So I can't see a way. I can't see a way to get this. So let's just mark this out and go again. So this turn I would get to write a 2, but there's nowhere to write a 2. All right, here we go. Boy, I could use a couple of porcelains would be nice. There's 1 porcelain. There's 2 of these. 2 of these. I got 2. Okay. Okay. So this I might be able to work with. So I can eat 1 of these peaches. And I can make this into 2 of these. And that would make 3. I would get to go here. That would let me put a 1 in any column I want. I don't need to, though. I don't have anything that needs a 1. Oh, and then this is my last turn. I'm not going to get my goal. My solo goal. All right. And another extremely diverse roll that doesn't really help me much. Oh wow! Yeah, you'd think eventually I would get some doubles or something like that. So if you're playing along at home, feel free to pick up your dice and finish this out until you get 5 of these columns. Once you get your number into 5 of these, then your game will be over. For me, as a solo game, even at medium difficulty. I guess I should have picked easy, but even at medium difficulty, then I did not get very far. But what I'm going to do at this point is tally up my columns, and I'll write the numbers here. All right, now it's time to score this out. So I had written numbers here, by the way, and I've erased them the best I could because I kind of messed up right off the bat. So, but this is the way it's done. You take, now this game for me is done because I have gone through all of these that I can. So in a solo game, this is your amount of time that you have to finish. If you're playing a regular game, just to remind you, it'll end when 5 people or 5 of these columns are checked in by any one player. First player that does that will end the game for everybody else, and then you all stop and count your points. And this is how you count them up. So it says the first thing you do is you're going to take this Lantern Festival row, and you're going to sum this total. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go 9 times 4. So there's 36 right here. The next thing you're going to do is we're going to start filling in these things, right? So you go to whatever column you got to, like it's times 3 here, and you're going to take this number and you're going to times it by however far down you got. So 3 times 3 is 9, and that becomes my score down here. And right here we've got a 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and that becomes this score right here. I did a little bit better on this one. 4 times 5 is 20. There's a 20 right there. This is 2 times 3, so we got 6 right here. And 3 times 5, so 15 right here. And this is a 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So we're going to sum all this up. All right, and we got a 62 right here. Right here, we decide how many of these request cards we actually accomplished. We've got the 2 public ones that are up, and then any that you have here. And there is an opportunity, like I said, when you write 3s in. Oh, there's another 3 I forgot to do something with. But when you write, in fact, I'll just, for that other 3, I'm going to mark this out and give myself 3 peaches. Because, doop, doop. So let's see what all these mean. This is number 24. This is number 24. And for playing multiplayer, this is going to be have the highest number written in any square. And for a solo player, that means have at least 1 4 written onto any square, and I do. So I accomplished one of these. And then right here, it says this is number 8. Have the most combined skill and Chinaware squares filled in with any numbers in multiplayer. And down here it says you must fill in at least 12 squares from silk and Chinaware columns combined. Oh, silk and Chinaware. Okay. So 12 combined squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did not quite do that, so did not accomplish this one. And this last one is a number 3, and that is have the most silk and with it filled in with any numbers. And solo, you have to fill all of the numbers. So I did not accomplish that one. That makes this score 1 times 10 or 10 points. I've gotten all 3 of these, one just now in retrospect. So that's 3 times 2 or 6. This last number to fill in is how many peaches you have that you haven't scratched out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I assume you count these that you hadn't gotten to yet because you did have them available. So 25. That brings my score to 139. I'm not sure if that's low for solo. It's a lot lower than the multi games that we played, that I played before. And of course, if you're playing this alone, if you're playing this at home, go ahead and just keep rolling these dice. Just keep rolling these dice and filling that out, or try a little solo campaign of your own. It's actually a lot of fun. And there you have it, folks. The Peach Festival. This is a Thundergriff Games game. It says it plays in 30 minutes. I'm not sure if this tutorial is a great example of how long it can take or how short it is. But the rounds go really quick. It's a fun. If you like roll and writes, this is a great little roll and write. I'm not sure how available it is. Like I said, I did buy it kind of in combination with the last Kickstarter. I have seen no talk about this, nothing about this on the YouTube so far. So I'm hoping that this video helps you out. If it did, be sure to click like. That algorithm works off those things. So click like, make a comment, or whatever. And be sure to subscribe because I'd love to see you again. Until next time, enjoy your games. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.